So, welcome to Life Unpilled podcast. Our guest today is one of the most exciting young drivers on the rise. Just 16, Ava Dobson has gone from karting to competing into F4, USF Juniors, GB4, and most recently, she made her F1 Academy debut in Miami with high-tech TGR. Ava, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you for having me.
I'm looking forward to dive into the story and learn more about you, both on and off the track. Let's kick things off. So which race do you replay in your head the most, whether because of joy, frustration, or those what if moments?
Um, Maybe like the Miami race I just had. Just 'cause like I know there's so much more like there, and especially just 'cause of all the bad luck I had, and I know I could have, been up higher. And obviously if I didn't have a mechanical on race one, I would have done better. So it's just kind of like, oh, I wish it. I know it could have been so much better than it was if it just went my way.
Yeah, that makes sense. Which F1 Academy racer did you connect the most with the most?
Uh, the Miami one.
I mean, which racer did you connect with the most in a
Oh,
way?
which which
Yeah, my
driver?
bad. Yeah.
No, you're good. Um, I think the one like I got to know the best was probably Ava, just because she was like my teammate and stuff, and she was like really talkative, so she was really nice. So it was like good to like actually like talk to someone.
Hmm. And then was there someone who believed in your racing journey before you truly believed it could happen yourself as well?
Yeah, definitely my dad. He's the one who like started everything for me, so he was always like, oh, like let's go like to a go-kart track, and we would spend like, oh my gosh, like hours on end there every single day. And so, he always was like the one to make me put in the work when I didn't want to when I was younger. And like, obviously, like now I've grown up, I don't need that support anymore because like it's something now that I really want to do.
Hmm.
But he was definitely like a day one.
So Miami wasn't just another race; it was your F1 Academy debut. What did you feel when you first stepped into that paddock, and how did it compare to what you imagined?
Yeah. It's definitely really like chaotic just because there's so many like fans. I've never been around like that many people on a race weekend before in like my life.
Hmm.
But it was really cool though, you know what I mean? So it's definitely like I've obviously like I just had never got to experience that in my life. So I think it was really cool that I got to be able to do that. But it was definitely really overwhelming at times, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, was there like a moment in that weekend, on or off the track, where you felt that you belonged there?
Um I feel like I like at first I was a little like uncomfortable. I was kind of like, oh, like it's like I don't know anyone and stuff like that. But like as the weekend went on, like I was like it was normal, you know what I mean? It's just another race weekend, we're just driving. So I think I eventually did feel like I belonged there, but you know how it goes.
Hmm. Was there like a moment in that weekend that you will never forget?
Um, I think just the whole thing in general was just like super cool, you know what I mean? Like it's all kind of like I don't know. Just I mean, if I look back on it, like yeah, it kind of sucked, but yeah, it was really cool at the same time. Like just being able to race at the Miami Grand Prix, with F1 and stuff, like that is just by itself is just super like cool to me.
And then, what was something about being a racing driver that nobody sees? The stuff that like doesn't show up on social media, but makes it or break you in a way. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely like the mental aspect of it. Like if you're like not mentally there, if you're not confident and like not even just yourself, but like in your driving or even in the car, like if you don't feel like you can handle the car's not gonna handle you. Like it will just like destroy everything you've ever worked for. Like it really does make or break how you perform.
Hmm. And then, how was your identity as a person shift or evolved since you began racing? And has racing revealed or reshaped any part of you?
Yeah. I think it's made me mature a lot when I was younger, especially when I was like 10 years old. I just felt like I matured a lot faster just because like no one wanted to hang out with like the girl at the track. So I hung around like a lot of like my dad, for instance, like, around adults a lot. So I grew up a little bit faster and I started like, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that definitely was something that changed me. And I feel like that did work out for the better because I feel like I handle situations fairly maturely as much as I can to my aspect because I'm only 16, give me a break.
Yeah, that's true.
But you know what I mean? But I just think it's little stuff like that that just like helped you like with when it comes to like decision making, even like on the racetrack. So
So, racing dances on the like the edge of the risks and freedom, like in terms of like decision making and
yeah.
risking your life, on the track as well. How do you hold the space for fear without letting it control you, and how does that tension feel you?
Yeah. I personally don't feel the fear, just that like I get it. Like sometimes you kind of like if you do feel fear, like for me at least, I'm just kind of like, ooh, like I just hold my breath a little bit and I'll be fine. Like it's just you get so used to like everything around you and it just kind of becomes like a normal thing. But that goes back into like the mental aspect. Like if you let that control you, you'll never. It's like a mental block. And last year I had this actually. I had a mental block at a racetrack and I wouldn't go flat out in this corner.
Hmm.
And then I just did it and it was perfectly fine. Like you just have to push through it. It's a really difficult thing to do and not many people talk about it because it's not embarrassing, but to like as someone like me, it would like be like, oh, it's so embarrassing. Like why can't I do that? But everybody else can. But it's normal stuff. You know what I mean?
Hmm. That makes sense. Something that's kind of out of topic as well. I was listening to. I was curious because similar to the F1 races, how the weight of the racers themselves and the weight of the car as well, does that determine similar to what you do in like GB4 or any other race similar to that?
Wait, what do you mean? Like the
It's like for instance, like the weight of the person determines it like by 0.04, like the difference in
oh
time, if that makes sense. Does that
yeah,
affect with
yeah,
like
yeah.
GB4 racing similar to that, or is it more like relaxed in a way, like how you train your physical
Yeah.
body?
Well, there's definitely like a maximum limit, which is I forget it if it's like 170 pounds or I don't know how much kilogram or kgs that is, but it's like you do want to be like lean, but
Mm-hmm.
you also don't want to be like stick thin because then you just have no muscle on your body. You know what I mean? You have to find a healthy balance in between, and it's definitely the same for F1 drivers as well. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it wouldn't kill us if we were a little bit heavier because then you can just take more weight out of the car. So it evens out because we all have rules and stuff for like weight limits and stuff.
Okay, that makes sense.
Hmm.
What was one sacrifice that you've made for your career that felt like a loss at that time, but looking back was crucial for your growth?
Definitely like the people I would hang out around just at home and even at the racetrack too. You know what I mean? Because I've hung out with people at the racetrack my entire life. I definitely had to let go of like a lot of friends just because of jealousy or them not supporting me or being there for me or not understanding my situation. And I have like three friends now, but I rather have three friends that care about me a lot than 200 that don't or
That's
they're
that's true.
whatever, you know what I mean? So it's just stuff like that. But when I was younger, like it sucked. But it was like I was like now I'm growing up and I'm like, you know what? I'm cool with that. Like I'm fine.
Hmm. Did
It all works out.
did losing friends in general outside of track affect you mentally as well?
I would say a little bit just because of like how some situations were handled, you know what I mean? There's always some sort of drama with someone. So, at first it did, but then when you start to like look back on it like a couple months later, you're just kind of like, oh, whatever. Like that was so stupid. You laugh at it.
Hmm. Um, there's so much noise about around being a female driver. How do you carry both the weight and the power of that label, especially when you just want to just be seen as a driver in general?
Yeah, it's definitely hard. I respect. Oh my goodness. I remember when I first started social media. I always tell my manager, I was like, I don't really want to post about like myself. Like that's kind of weird. Like I don't want people to see me like that. But as I've like grown into it more, I kind of realized how important it is to put that label out there that you're a woman racing, because obviously there's not that many people, and having like a role model at a young age is really important. Because I remember one time I was at the track, this little girl, she was like, she asked her dad, she was like, does that girl race? Like talking about me. And he was like, yeah, she races. Like she races USF. This was like last year in USF.
Hmm.
And she's like, I want to race like her. And it's just like little stuff like that. Like, you know, you inspire the younger generation to like be you or better, you know what I mean? And I think that's what F1 Academy does really well,
Hmm.
especially with like going from the karting to the cars and like all the stuff after it, you know what I mean? So it is really an important thing to hold. And I feel like it does hold a lot of power. Like obviously sometimes like people are like, oh, you're a girl or whatever, and it's just kind of like, well, you're stupid, so I don't really care. So
That's fair.
you know what I mean? It's
It
just,
happens.
oh, all the time. Believe it or
Yeah.
not, all the time.
So since you're a part of a wave of young women rewriting the racing narrative, do you ever feel that the history looking like that history looking over your uh, shoulder? Oh
Yeah.
my bad. And
No,
how
you're
do
good.
you stay grounded in that now?
Wait, I'm sorry. Can you repeat?
Yeah. Do you? My bad. I've been
No, no,
messing this
you're good.
question up. So
No, you're fine.
So since you're part of a wave of young women rewriting the racing narrative, do you ever feel that the history looking over like your shoulder, and how do you stay grounded from that?
Yeah, I mean, it's like really important to, you know, like look back at like what it used to be.
Hmm.
And, you know, you always have to remember those people who did start it for us. Like Susie, obviously, like was the first woman, not the first woman, but she was like a really big deal when she got to be in F1 at one point. And obviously, like we're all super inspired by that.
Hmm.
And even if you look back to when the first female actually raced in F1, like ever,
Hmm.
which was like, oh God, I forget what year it was. It was a really, like, it was like basically when F1 basically started,
Hmm.
or maybe a little like 1960s, I think. But if
Like,
you like look back on like that
yeah.
history, like that's like really cool to like look back on and like see like where it all started. And we should never forget who did start it for us and who actually gave us the opportunity, because what if, you know what I mean? Like what if she never did that? Like we all be here? You know what I mean? So it is always really important to like look at the people who did start the foundation for us.
And also, if you could design rule change in motorsports to make it more exciting and fair, what would it be and why?
I would definitely I think one for me would be, I've been having a really hard time with people making more than one move in a
Mm.
racing incident. It is a rule, but it's not, no one really does anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really annoying because it's like I get intrusive thoughts and I'm like, I'm literally gonna crash you. Like, stop. Like, please. Like, it's just, I would definitely make that like a harsh rule. Like, if you make more than one move while you're blocking, like, you're just gonna finish behind the person.
Yeah,
Because
that's
I've had that so many times where I couldn't finish in front of the person just because they're making more than one move, or they drive you into the grass, and it's like no one's gonna say anything. It's like, okay, that's ridiculous.
That's very fair though, because it does get frustrating whenever someone tries to ram you off the
Yeah,
track. So
it is.
let's continue on what's going outside the race as well. When you're not at the track or in the sim, where do you feel most yourself?
Definitely the gym. I like spend so much time there. Like I spend like 2 hours every day just because like I like it a lot. It's just like insane. I don't know why. I don't know why I spend. It's like the time just flies by when I'm there. It's just so sad. I love it.
Then how do you manage like between since you're 16, how do you
Mhm.
manage like school and racing and all that stuff all at once?
Yeah. Well, I do online school. I just switched for my junior year of high school. And I think it was just a lot better for me mentally because my sophomore year when I was in high school, obviously, I was taking pretty hard classes, because it's just the classes I like to do, you know, like the medical classes and stuff. And that was really hard on me to keep up.
Mm-hmm.
And I still like did like well because if you consider how much like days I missed of school, like basically almost half the year
Yeah, yeah.
of school,
Mm-hmm.
including like the breaks and stuff. So it's just like we had to think what's better for me. And I think it was a really good decision for me just mentally because everyone at school sucks. And I'm not afraid to say that. They did. They were really mean. So,
Yeah, that's fair.
like going to online school, like I have so much more freedom to do whatever I want. And it was just easier for me mentally. And now I'm like, I don't know, like top 5 in my school. So it's just like, it's not that I was stupid. It's just like I needed to be alone. You know what I mean?
That's fair. And then have you considered outside of racing, like getting your like associate degree or like going to college and university and all that stuff?
Yeah, definitely. I'm still deciding what I really want to do. Obviously, the first 2 years of college don't really matter because it's just like your basics.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I really would like to do maybe like biomedical engineering is really interesting to me. So I might go down that route. I'm really good at science and stuff, so go for it.
Do you have like a dream school that you want to go to for your engineering degree?
Um, I haven't really like looked yet, and I honestly don't know. I'm not a planner. Just go for it.
Yeah, that's fair. So what do you learn most about yourself because of being away from racing, whether it's from traveling, school, or downtime?
Just like taking time for yourself, especially after like because burnout for athletes is it really does. I had one when I came back from my last race. So from Alton, I was just so tired. I just like you really need to take the time to like reset
Mm.
because if you don't, like it just you just go into like a hole forever. You just never get out of it. So definitely just like taking time to like mentally collect yourself and just spend time with family, you know what I mean? Do things you like to do, chill, just stuff like that.
And then is there a hobby or interest that you have that most people would be surprised to hear about?
I like to box, which is like kind of random because like I don't know why. My dad got me into it like last year, and I thought it was really cool. So I don't know. I've been doing it for like a really not a really long time, like a year. But my dad used to do it, so I was kind of like, oh, that's like cool. And then I was sponsored by like this boxing gym, and then they had to close down, which was kind of sad. But I still do it, you know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
like if anyone like fights me, like it's just over. So, count on me.
Is it like MMA boxing or more of like gloves and all
It's
that
like
stuff?
glove boxing. It's kind of I don't know, it's really cool.
And then do you watch any like sports or play any sport like other sports outside motorsports, obviously?
When I used to go to like public school, I played or I didn't play. I ran track and field. I ran like the sprints and then at the end of that or I also did cross country in the beginning of the year last year. Yeah, my sophomore year. I don't know. Um I did that. I was okay in cross country. It was really just for like to stay in shape. Track, I actually was pretty decent in the 200, but I quit because I had shin splints, so it was just like, ouch.
Yikes.
I still have them. I've not gone away.
Jeez. Do you
I
know
know.
do you know your best time for the 200 though?
I think it was pretty bad actually. It was like a 20. It was like a 29 something. I don't
It's
know.
not
It was really
bad.
bad. I don't know how I
No.
got third in that.
29 seconds not that bad. I don't think.
I wasn't really trying, and I had to run with shin splints, so it was
Yeah.
like really painful. I
And
was like crying, running. I was like, it hurt so bad. Like I want to quit, so I quit. So fair enough.
do you watch any other sports outside of the motorsports as well?
Um, what do I watch? I forget. Obviously, when like the Olympics are on, like I always watch that. I watch my dad and I we watch boxing because it's really funny actually. I watched like the NCAA like track and field events.
Yes, yes.
I watch that. That's like stuff
Really?
I like. And I watch basketball. Yeah.
What's your
So
favorite basketball team?
the Bucks.
Really?
Yeah, Milwaukee Bucks is where I'm from, so gotta represent.
That's
But if
fair.
Giannis switches, I'm switching, so I don't mind.
What's happening? Why are you switching from Milwaukee?
if Giannis leaves, Giannis is my favorite player
Oh, that's fair.
besides Damian.
I mean, Damian Lillard went from Portland, but he's been solid.
I know it's kind of sad he had the injury.
Yes. Do you think that Milwaukee will make it to the NBA Finals anytime soon, or
Mm, if they keep it up, no.
okay,
And if
yeah,
they get rid of Giannis, no. I don't. I think it'll be a sad year next year if they get rid of Giannis. So
that's
we'll
fair.
have to see. I hope he doesn't leave.
Um, oh, so you've already traveled for more than most teens around your age. Has that changed how you see like the world or the place your place into it as well?
Yeah. No, it's definitely been really cool because like I travel by myself now a lot. Like when I first was going to like the UK, I think the first 2, 3 times I traveled by myself, or I traveled with someone. Sorry. And like this year, I started just like traveling alone, just because it's cheaper. You know what I mean? You don't have to pay for
Hmm.
somebody else to be there.
Yeah.
And I actually like traveling alone. You do your thing. You know what time you like to be there. You don't need to worry about anybody else. So I definitely like it. But definitely traveling to different countries because I traveled to Spain alone, which is cool. But you just definitely like you get to see like the culture really well, and it's like honestly really cool. Obviously, like the UK is like whatever. Like Spain's cool, but like the UK, I don't know. It's all a bunch of people.
Yeah.
But
And
it's definitely been really a good experience for me.
what was your favorite like country to go to?
Well, I've only been to the UK and Spain, and then I had a connection in Iceland for a while. But I would definitely say Spain is really cool.
What was
But
your
obviously, I'll keep going the country. So come back to me when I go back to more.
what was your like favorite food in Spain or the UK?
Um, I don't know. I had to order out. I had to like order McDonald's every day in Spain because they eat at like 10 o'clock at night there. So that was like not really cool to me. But in the UK, like I love their fish and chips.
Oh yes.
I'm like addicted. It's so bad. It's so bad for you. Like,
Yeah, it's when I went to the
oh
UK
my
as well.
gosh.
It's addicting.
And no, it's so good. I swear. Like I get it like every day.
Yes.
I'm not ashamed of it.
What's a place that you've been to for racing? It could be in state, it could be out of state as well. That you love to go back just for fun.
Yeah. For fun, I would probably say Barcelona.
Really?
Yeah,
How
because that's where
so?
I was testing. I don't know. I didn't really get to do much there just because I was alone, and I was only there for like 3 days, 2 days. So I didn't really get to do much. So I definitely like to go back and like really experience it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is fair. Um, what else? I had something in mind. I totally forgot. It slipped through my mind. Shit.
Very good.
Um. Oh, do you? Since you're an American as well, do you guys watch football, like American football?
My dad sometimes does, but as like some of my uncles do, but honestly, I never really got into it. Like I tried, I just couldn't. It just wasn't for me.
Mm.
I prefer basketball.
And then I also heard that a bunch of Wisconsin are big cheeseheads. Are you also a cheesehead as well?
Yeah, yeah. That's like all I use. Like, you know how they ask at Olive Garden like how much cheese do you want? I like basically ask for like the whole thing. So
What's your favorite type of cheese
typically.
though? Like, what's the favorite thing you guys normally get out of there?
My mom got me onto Gouda cheese.
Really?
I love Gouda cheese. Yeah, it's fire. Or like Parmesan,
Damn.
risotto.
Yeah, because there's a lot of cheese places, but I haven't gone to Wisconsin yet. What's like the best cheese place that you could get from there?
There's this place. It's like on the road to Chicago. I forget where it is. It's called Mars Cheese. The Cheese Castle. The Cheese Castle. Yes, they
Oh,
literally have like so much cheese. No, it's so good. I promise. go there.
Is this like more like aged cheese, or is it more like they make it like into
Like
stuff?
everything.
Really?
Like yeah, like everything.
Cheese. Oh my
Yeah, I know.
god.
It's like a cheese castle.
Jeez.
It's lit.
Um, what was your like favorite thing to do like in terms of do you have like do you go to concerts or events outside of into your hobbies and all that stuff?
I've only been to a concert once, and that was for my birthday last year, so like a year ago now. I don't really do much actually. I kind of just like sit at home and watch TikTok all day. So
Which
I'm
concert?
not really that interesting.
Which concert did you go to?
SZA.
Really?
Hmm.
I just went to her concert this year, just on
Oh,
early in May.
really?
Yes, it was great.
Oh, nice, nice. No, yeah, it was really good last year. It was like the best thing ever.
Yeah, and yeah. Anyways, that's all I have. Ava,
All right.
thank you for joining us, or me
Yeah,
at
of
least.
course.
It's been great to hear not just about your path in racing, but how you're thinking, growing, and leading at such a young age. The fans and I are will be watching and cheering you on as your career continues to
Yeah.
take off.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ava.
Thank you so much.
Have a nice day.
Yeah, you too.